5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out. 5, 4, 3, 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you.
Check it out.
You're now rocking with the best.
Yeah, I'm goddamn it. Yeah, I am. Welcome to the Romello Marcellus Show. It's been a moment, man. I'm here. I'm still alive and still kicking. Thought I'd come on, man, and touch a base, man. Touch bases with you guys, man, on something that's kind of been a topic to me, man, over the last few months. Watching how things have shifted and changed um, with a lot of us, um, personally and in business, just in our communities, period, and how we deal with one another. And it kind of perplexes me how we as black people, we deal with each other. I can only speak for mine, and you know, by proxy, I mean we're all racist at some point in time because our social selections uh, beget who we are. We may walk around and want to be something else, but there will always be a ever looming reminder of who you really are. And when I speak to things on my platform, I speak about things that are being worked on by a lot of us, even myself. I'm not perfect. Um, and I say this reference because it seems that every time someone that looks like me um, has a position that can uplift others around him as people in some way, shape, or form, he's either snubbed, he's sought to be discredited, or emasculated in some way, shape, or form, or killed, um, which is sad, which keeps us in the status in which we have been in, and a lot of us don't come from it, but because of our circumstances. Um, and it's the ugly truth about black struggle love. You know, it can be taken a lot of ways. You know, the thought of struggle love. You know, like okay, I'm broke, I'm busted, and we struggle. But that's just one aspect of it. When we talk about it, when I'm talking about what I'm talking about, goddammit, is basically individuals that are out here moving out in a way and living their lives based on their circumstances prior to, and expect to be accepted by individuals who are unbeknownst to their circumstances. Struggle love is when you're constantly struggling to get on even playing field with someone. We talk about simple communication. Okay, not everybody comes from the same place. Not everybody's cut from the same cloth. But there is a lack of communication when you can't even express yourself without it being an offense. Say today, a trigger. You know, uh, everybody's got some tip on. Nobody's offended by something someone else said. And honestly, man, you know, I've always been told a hit dog holler. If something someone says about you or to you affects you, the motherfucker, there's got to be some sort of truth to it, especially if they don't have a dog in your game. They don't have a horse in your race. You understand me? So usually when you express those things about someone that feels some kind of way about it, they feel judged. And that is another example of struggle love. Secondly, being able to even get to the point after the communication that you can even trust an individual based on the past, your past, their past, you know. And when you get into it, this happens with a lot of fellas, right? Here's the thing. Let me say this, right? Um, no man who's been in love with a woman says, "I hope she makes me chase her." But once we're invested, we don't want that shit. It's difficult. We're hoping that you reciprocate. Not make it challenging. And the thing is, you don't even realize it. What you'll notice is a lot of you out here spinning and you got these demands, but you'll have motherfuckers chase you for years and do all of that bullshit and have no serious intent for you other than to fuck you. The thing is, as men, we do the chase thing, right? We're looking for the reciprocal thing from you guys. But because you're in a day and age where you have so many options, you become an option yourself. You're steadily out here hurting yourself. You don't recognize when someone really loves you in light of all your flaws and are willing to rock with you. But the hurtful thing and how we begin or continue to do this hunt thing or the hunter kicks in is because when we love someone, i.e. you, a woman, and it's not reciprocated, that shit hurts. And because we're men, there is no real way for us to express that, because to do that, there's that struggle thing based on circumstance. Here we go back to the struggle love thing. So let's say with that, right? It's easier for a man to lust after a woman or chase the lust than to chase the love because of that hurt, that ever looming hurt. Okay. Um, this is why you find those guys that are never serious, truly about you, willing to invest. But if you find one that's really willing to invest in you and with you, you've amassed so much gas, it's hard for you to let off and pump the brake or even to car neutral so you can cruise and see who you're with. Yeah. We men, we're happy when we find a woman who is willing to show that she's truly interested, truly willing to accept us and be receptive to us as well as them. We get to go a little further out of the way to get with you guys. That is the selective pecking order of the relations, right? So then when we talk back about the struggle love situation, right? We're talking about the fact that when we look at most of our people, we meet the representative, right? Representative may look like someone who's studious, has their shit together, wants some things, but we don't see the circumstance in which you came from. And that in itself is really where the nuts and bolts of it lie. Okay. For you guys that's just joining the show, man, the topic today is the ugly truth about struggle love and how it keeps us in places where we are unhappy. And we all deserve to be happy, but where do we go for our own peace, sanctity? Here's the thing, right? Let me do this. I don't want to I don't want to be the bad guy, or let me just put it to you like this. I can only speak about black relations, right? Because that's where what I see nowadays more so is the one-sided aggressive nature between black men and black women. The black woman, she feels like she struggled. She's been, been through some shit. Okay, but same time, you got to recognize 9 times out of 10 the guys that you're dealing with has been through some shit too. But can you get to the point where you can even sit down and be honest and open about the things that you both? I'm not being facetious or disrespect, but most black women are broken or are dealing from a place of brokenness. And because you had a lot of things that are broken, You expect the shit to be broken when you deserve better, but you can't get it if you're not giving it. So it keeps you in a status where you're dealing from a place of survival. If somebody you feel somebody drew blood on you, you're drawing blood. You know, you're covering and protecting and maneuvering, you know, trying to save your heart, your feelings, and your emotions, and you don't want to be disrespected, you don't want to be dishonored, you don't want to be made to look like a fool, but at the same time, because you've taken this position, what do you think's really happened? Isolation of it all makes it worse because as you grow older, it becomes harder to deal with anyone or anyone to deal with you. Circumstances, a lot of times, govern the way that we handle ourselves and deal with love, meaning into our inner relationships and how we love, and how you guys love. So we as men, we get the blowback of all the bullshit and the deceit and the things y'all dealt with before, whether it's the abuse, the distrust, and which and how you guys have learned to operate in a manner. Yeah. By nature, you are, but it's a choice of whether you operate in it. You know? Yeah. I could dig deeper in regard to that, but I don't ask where I really want to go. I want to get to the point in this conversation. Um, struggle, right? Love, right? Here we go. My thought. Number one, person's always on the defensive for no reason at all. Okay? That's a struggle lover. They're never accountable for anything they do, and they're quick to play the victim, man or woman, period. That's a struggle lover. Number two, you can never give them constructive criticism that always be received negatively. Anything you say about it is a point where you are touching a nerve and you know you're too close to me or they feel that they're too familiar with you and they lack the respect of what your ideal um, of love and admiration or concern would be. I was always taught if a motherfucker's not saying nothing, they don't care. But if you are someone who cares about the individual that you're with, you're not going to let them walk around with shit on their shoe. You have a conversation about it. Loving man, it is a process that hinders so many blessings and opportunities in your life. Number three, they're very insecure. And they'll be insecure about an individual. Let's say you are on your way to do something great with yourself. Your prosperity and your growth will grossly offend them. And 9 times out of 10, they'll deem your success as a threat. That's a struggle lover. So they would do things to sabotage your focus and your prosperity, whether it's stepping out on you, whether it's drinking, drugging, whether it's always trying to get with you or trying to put you in that if you do certain shit and it offends me, I'm out to put you in a mind state that you can't even prosper for yourself because it offends another struggle lover. These are just a few examples, man. I mean, the lines are open, man. If you, um, number four, they're passive aggressive. Their intent is protect themselves at all costs. They'll sacrifice you to make themselves feel good or not feel taken advantage of or hurt. And five, these people, when they're cornered, will seek to destroy or discount or discredit your person if that suited them. Someone says a guy, a guy that I knew as a friend thought I was interested in him on the level of a relationship. So once I told him that I wasn't, then he became hostile the other day, and I had to block him. We are in our 50s. Okay, shit happens. One second. Number 6. This is both sides. The counterparts that I spoke with or have had a conversation with, which even happened to me. I've done some fuck shit too. You know, we all have. There's a reason why a lot of times we as black men, we don't share our thoughts, our ideas, our regularly scheduled movements and all that kind of stuff. It becomes a conversation because number 6, these people are constantly strapped as a patient that can potentially be weaponized against you. In the event the individual gets tired of you because they feel at this point you are no more or no longer a benefit to them and they can't control you, or if you get tired of the bullshit and you decide you want to bounce. And they'll use it in any situation as a deflection from accountability shit they do or have done. Especially when individuals, when they get busted, they say shit or they overtalk or they want to allow you to get a word in edgewise, and you know they shift the game, and you know they attempt to make it your fault. They play the victim. You know, when you have those, that is a whole other aspect of the struggle. That's the tail end of the struggle. You know, and usually the person that reads the one who is the one that's vested long term or has vested the most. But I'll always say, get out of there because it's not you. It's not worth shooting a $2 motherfucker with a $20 bullet. You can't save them. Save yourself. When we look at it, we've all been in some messed up relationships in which we can consider that we've struggled in love, right? Um, what does dental hygiene have to? Well, you bugging. She said, if I don't have if I don't want to even go to the dentist, dental hygiene is important to me. Okay. Whatever that means. Hygiene. Yeah. Um, but here we go. Here's an individual who's got some inside information about somebody. I don't know what your circumstance is right now. You weaponizing the fact that this man ain't been to the dentist. Well, anyway, you just logged in today, man. I haven't been on in a moment, and you know I'm still here. I'm kidding. You know, there were some other things I wanted to get into, but you know I think the top was yeah, you know, people got a little touchy about it. You know, the post that I had put up earlier was people raised off of love should not date people uh, raised off of survival. People raised off love anything for you, but those that are raised off survival will do anything for themselves and themselves. The two don't, and I stand on that. There are some people who uh, disagree And there's some people that agree. Like this one person, she chimed in. She said, "I was driving and thinking this. I started a relationship when I was 15, raised to love any and everybody, and basically 20 years later, after the relationship is done, I'm looking back and looking at all the sick bull crap that I love and giving love, and thinking that I can love someone for all this. I guess now it's time to tell my story, and especially younger people, so they don't go down the rabbit hole and bull crap. I'm voice talking, so I guess she's voice texting while she was driving. But yeah, uh, everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. I believe that same can be applicable to someone who is raised in a loving home. Um, no, not. I mean, if you talk love, that's just what you do. You're not one to seek aggression. Um, it's sad that we can't bear hurt or let our hurt so enough to say deal with you based on you, and e- even being able to see individual imperfections in their hurt put you in a mind state that what's my ROI going to look like? And let's just say, for all intents and purpose and hypo this conversation, that the individual gives you their ass to kiss at every turn. They don't trust you. They lie. They stealing your time, stealing your resources that you give them, stealing your body, stealing your soul. Yeah, theft. Have nothing positive to say or for you, especially if you're pouring positivity into them. Got a motherfucker sitting somewhere working. You will, because you can do that now. Where they couldn't do that. Bad shit ain't nothing but call Grubhub and, hey, I'm gonna send you a sandwich. I'll tell you what. If you really thought back on it, and you compared a lot of your situation, this motherfucker be thoughtful of me. But doesn't be that thoughtful of me. This is how you have to break these situations down, these struggle love situations. If people are not willing to step into the arena with you with both feet planted and willing to replicate the things that you offer. Matter of fact, you know what? Handle just fell on me. You know where I can have a conversation with a woman that I'm interested in and tell her that I treated somebody else a certain kind of way and did all this shit and got a motherfucking boat and a plane up the block and all kinds of shit, and get with this one and offer this motherfucker wasn't worthy of and more? What does it say about me? What does it honestly say about me in regards to moving on to someone new? That, that, honestly, common sense for me is that she's not the one. I'm not the one for you. I'm not. You're settling for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You mercy humping. You doing something. I'm not. What I ain't gonna be is a rest haven for no hoe ever. So you want to go ahead down on it? You go right on ahead. I'm not here. I don't wear no cape. I don't work for the welfare. Ain't saving you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like a bodyguard. I should never have to convince you that you need protection. You should already know. Yeah, yeah, I'm bothered by the conversation that I'm having. So, I'm going to take one. It's early. It's noon. It's noon. Don't judge me. But struggle love. Think about how many times you give yourself to individuals that you thought were worthy of your person, and they have fast you. Hmm. one reason or another, excuse will do. Excuses, man. I want motherfucker real shit. I come from it. So for me, woman's intellect and the fact that he honor goes a long way with me. I can spot game. I just hate when a motherfucker allowed individuals in my space, place, rob me of my time, and they weren't worth a plug. No. Had other intentions anyway. You were coming to see what you can get. You can get shit. Got the fuck on. You can't do much. Got too many things to do. I have too many fours in life. Too many things that I'm seeking to obtain. You know, we get too old. A lot of us got more life behind us than we have ahead of us. It's sad that because of the us and all the opposites pre and with individuals, you can't even have a simple conversation. You don't even tell you, man. I have ill thoughts about you. These are the thoughts I have. You know, you gotta do the whys and the wheres and the who's, so that those things can be different. And it should never be a bother when an individual has a question about you that you're with. Never. How many of y'all believe that someone that you're with should have access to your cell phone? I do. I do believe it. I have nothing to hide in my phone. I don't believe I have codes on my phone. I don't even have codes on my motherfucking phone. I used to, but I haven't in a good little while. Taking the codes off. The thing is this: if I got restrictive or restrictions on me, that's secrets. I'm struggling to love you because whatever got me keeping secrets from you is keeping me struggling with you. Hmm. We've been taught as black folks that it's okay to struggle. No, that's not okay. Put your shit together. Know what you want when you deal with someone and be willing to offer that shit. You can't sit back and walk into a situation knowing that, hell, you've been a promiscuous, nasty ass man whore, woman whore for years. And then you expect someone to respect you off the rip when you haven't even respected yourself in the last 15, 20 years. Real talk. Struggle love. And you demand, you willing to beat your chest and all that. You like, oh, you ain't gonna. And you was today years old when you decided to get it together. Right. Or retrospectively, as I said, the buck out here because you don't have that amount of admiration or respect or desire for the individual you're with now. To on your other shit with the other individuals that you were pulling the plane up the block and doing all that bullshit for. That was the respective individual that was willing to chase you with no intention. And the thing that made him desirable, I'm speaking to you ladies, is the fact that you knew he didn't have any intent for you. And that fucked with you. This is the underbelly of this struggle love thing between black men and black women. Yeah. You might see one guy who's nice, kind, take you out and do this and do that with you. But you know, the minute he shows weakness, y'all do some other shit. Y'all have done a whole bunch of a lot of you motherfuckers sitting out here. I've been witness to what you've done. And the fact still remains is that you will post your man for The motherfucker you wearing matching pajamas with on Christmas, right there on your motherfucking spot. You gotta be a bad motherfucker for me to post or let you put me on your spot. Yeah, 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 yeah. You ain't gonna have me out here looking like no motherfucking fool ever. If that's struggle loving, hey man, that's just what it is. I'm learning shit. I said I ain't perfect, and this is part of the things. I mean, shoot, all point of dealt with each other from place of pain, place of hurt, place of disappointment. What else you do? Heal that is, especially if you really to be with somebody who grow older. Don't nobody moving around here by themselves. I mean, you want to find someone who has kind of similar interests or interests they can get with and explore and do some life with. Yeah. Question is, how honest is a motherfucker willing to be with you about their mistakes? Love it, man. You never have this conversation. When individuals are securing themselves and on top of their game, put it this way. Anybody here that has their bag right, meaning your shit is tight. There's no worries, there's no wants, no needs, no nothing. You'll never deny yourself the best of anything and everything that you can apply to yourself or acquire. That should be the same thing that's applicable to the individuals that you are with. This is why it shouldn't ever be offensive when a person is asking for accountability from you. You're struggling with shit because you feel some kind of way about your mistake or something you did. That should never keep you from being listen, listen, listen more. Don't cost you a dime. Ain't about you no more. But listen. Hear the individual that the already put you in the mode. You're guilty as fuck. You're guilty, and any and everything to do with that has nothing to do with me. Yeah. It's to say honesty, but motherfuckers ain't willing to be honest, and they can't accept when it comes. So listening first is the greatest part of communication. I want to hear. I want to hear what you really think, what you really feel. If I'm not your best, there's no need for me to be anywhere near you. If I'm not the best fuck, I'm not the best confidant. I'm not the best partner in business. I'm not the best workout partner. I'm not the listener. I'm not the best to console you. I'm not the best cook that you've ever dealt with. If that's not the level that we want to deal with each other, I don't need to fuck with you. And I know what you need because you're fucking with me. You understand me? As long as I fuck with you. Yeah, I fuck with you. No, you're just fucking with me. So while you moving about, you're meeting people, you're engaged folks, ask yourself, is this the most attractive person that I've seen to this second? Beyond anything you've seen? Wow, it's a conversation. Is the intellect where I need to be? Is it going to challenge me? All that motherfucker, they don't want to be challenged on no level. They want you to just go in on whatever it is they're dealing with and whatever they're wrestling with, just go with it. Don't say shit. And don't give a fuck. But at the same time, when you're not giving a fuck after a while, oh, you don't give a fuck, right? That narcissistic bullshit, that victimization, control, spastic bullshit. Yeah, that. Communicate, accountability. Here's a test. Here's If you are with a couple, or if you're a couple, someone, or you're interested in someone, say you have problems, sit down, Write the best qualities that you have found in that individual, the best circumstance, the best time you've had, the best sex that you've had with this individual, the best time or the greatest time when there was a need for that individual to be supportive of you and be there for you, and then compare to what you deem the worst, the struggle aspects of your relationship. I'm not going to say that, okay, way to bad and shit out. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm basically saying is when you stretch that shit out, then you go back and forth with the struggle aspects of the relationship and whether or not the individual that you are sitting across from or extending this to is truly you could salute and vice versa. Have they truly had your best interest at heart, or were they consumed with themselves and you were going along with their program with reciprocation? I've been in this fucked up ass relationship with some black women. I'm gonna tell you some ill mannered, unaffectionate, disrespectful, ass motherfuckers. That was all at the time when I didn't give a fuck. Being honest with you, as a black man, and I'm sure a lot of you have as black women. That's the thing. So what I'm saying to you is, you doing this list, you're the first to know when someone fuck with you, just fucking with you. This is the teacher. Someone show you who they are, man. You gotta motherfucking believe it. You can't change them. They gotta change themselves. And even in the midst of changing your actions, those attributes are always there, ever looming, waiting for the opportunity to come out. Let's talk about the monetary aspect. Okay. I was asked, right, about a movie. Okay. How many people have seen Founder? The story of Ray Kroc, McDonald's guy, founder. Actually, the one who took McDonald's level. It was actually the McDonald's brothers. He came in and got it. He was a part of it, blah, blah, blah. I was asked, there was a portion of the movie where Ray Kroc had mortgaged his home to make purchases to keep his company going. The white question, the individual asked, well, would you do that? My answer was this: people that are wealthy are not nice people at all. They're ice cold and they fly cold. I emphatically was, yeah, because I'm a winner. I'm a bet on me. And everybody with me that bets with me is going to be taken care of. I'm going to get out here and get brick. That's what's going to happen. But the latter part of the question was because he did it without consulting her. Well, at that point in time, if Ray Kroc was the motherfucking man paying the bills in the house, it's his house. He's entitled to it. But the responsible part of it is to know that he's responsible for his wife, and he has to make sure that that household is taken care of. There's a roof provided, even if he's gambling on it. And he did that. For the foresight of their success. He did it. He saw it before it happened, right when it was about to happen, gave her the divorce, gave her the house, and she came at him about the cars, the retirement, everything. But she getting out of business. what I'm basically getting at is the fact that we are not the only ones that deal with struggle love, but ours is different. It's more close and personal, and there's really no assets involved between us. A lot of times, no assets, there's no business keeping you together with your boyfriend, with your man. You live in another house, and he live in another house. There's no assets. There's no sexual value to your struggle love. You just loving the struggle. Goddamn shame. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I man, it's sad that we do this to one another. It's, but sisters, you are a lot of times catalysts in which we deal, and that's brass tacks. I'm gonna stand on it. It's just what it is. It's one thing that you don't allow us to. Yeah, like man, when you get tired of us, let's say you woke up this morning, your nigga was laying next to you, right? At the same time, you already knew this ain't that motherfucker you had. He was just the best for right now. And at any given time, you can get tired and dig off in him, demean him, fuck with his character, his investment. There's no return on investment for all the driving back and forth to you, whatever else, whether he kicked in on your rent, on your mortgage, anything. And what makes it worse is that when you're done, you gonna weaponize everything that you have learned about this motherfucker. Because trust and believe me, you have kicked the motherfuckers before you business to him, so you can kick his business to the next motherfucker, right? And if he don't move like you want him to move, you're gonna put the man in the yeah, 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 yeah. That's what you do. See that one side of the aggressive thing? We're the only ones that deal with that. And a lot of times, man, it comes out of left field. Retrospectively, as I said, when you find someone who's willing to invest themselves and their emotions and their resources and that kind of thing in you, you're not willingly, or excuse me, you won't willingly accept that. That in itself is kind of like fucking unicorn. Yeah. So, man, struggle love is a motherfucker, and yeah, we all do it, and it's a goddamn shame that we do it. Um, sad that we deal with each other from a place of pain, and we shouldn't be because we're great people. If we're able to settle ourselves and really listen to the individual before us or across from us, we are able to cultivate something, man. Great. You know, most of us, we we're so caught up there, man, with our own shit that we can't deal with anyone else the way we should be dealing with anyone else. You know, it's really that the thing that self-preservation, not dealing from a place of love. Yeah, it's what we do to each other. It's just what we do. We do it. And we have shit to show for it. But it's us across the board, man. That's us across the board. Got to do better. We know better. Yeah. And all you're getting, man, the understanding that you got to get, is that when you're dealing with individuals that sit across from you, the measure of them is actually the measure of you based on your selection. If you're willing to deal with a motherfucking rat bastard, what does that say about you and your integrity? What is that willingness? What does that really say about you? What does that say? I Let's get off the subject. I want all of us to be happy with someone that, matter of fact, let me speak for me. If I fuck with you, if I rock with you, my phone is available 24 hours a day. I don't give a shit what it is. You need to talk. You need me to come see about you. You need bail money. You need, that's me. It's because it's us. You just want to talk. You want to vent. That's what it is. I would never tell you, shit, I got to go to work in the morning. I got to get up. What you want? I would never do that to an individual that I'm with. Nor would I do the following. You have a problem with something I've done, whether it was intentional or not, that's the question. We'll speak to it. I'm not going to hold the place of the victim. I'm not going, hey, well, why you on me? Fuck you. You just always nag, nag, nag. No, I'm going to deal with it. This is what I was thinking at the moment in time. If it offends you, you apologize. You move on. You clean it up. I'm never going to be an individual to diminish what you feeling, what you thinking as less important than anything that I'm wrestling with or dealing with in my day. Because if I'm with you, you're a part of me. We are one, or we've cleaved. We've become one. It's me and you. So if you calling me and you telling me, look, man, what you said rubbed me this way. I'm gonna tell you why I said it. I'll get into the solution about me saying it and see how we can repair it. Everything's repairable. Everything. Outside of violence. But yeah. I mean, we can all argue. We're gonna beef. We're gonna say shit. You know, we're not gonna always be pleasing to each other. But those best aspects should be in place. If you're with someone, they should motivate you. They should inspire you. They should challenge you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, even. Get your ass up. Let's go walking. Let's go to the gym. Let's stretch. Let's do some breath work. Yeah. Glass down. Smoke down. Moderate. Once a week. If that's your pleasure, indulge. Should I need you to be around for the next 25, 30 years? Those are the conversations you have. Never about control or running a motherfucker down. You know, all of that bullshit. I don't have no receipt for no motherfucking woman. Nobody. I don't have no receipt. What I do have to do is to be sure that I'm in the best place or the best circumstances that I can be in to prosper and grow. If someone was willing to do that with me, then that takes the communication to be clear. Even if you have to have terms where you say, hey, let's be radically honest. That means you got to pass that anything you say to me in this space and time is not going to affect how we govern ourselves with each other because it's something that's that important that needs to be said and I need to hear it. That means that I'm silent while you say it. And if I need you to repeat it or clarify the thing that you say to me, then that is that platform or that time. It shouldn't be the struggle where I'm talking over you, you talking over me, we back and forth, and you defending or I'm defending, and we're not getting to the bottom of the situation that's keeping us struggling. But this is what we do as black folk. Because oh, it's me, fuck you, and we constantly feel that somebody's got one up on us. And like, damn, 9 times out of 10, you just woke up to this motherfucker. You in their bed, you in y'all's bed, or you in his bed. Access to each other. So where's all of the mistrust and distrust? Where does that come from? Oh, you do have people that will lay up with you and smile and break bread and skin and grin and be out here running amok. Oh, yeah, like nothing ever happened until you find out, and you get the struggle aspect of the narcissistic aspect of that individual. Yeah. I'm just putting a little paint where it ain't. I don't expect everybody to agree, but I'm coming from a man's perspective. Platform is open. I mean, I would love to hear from some ladies and their aspects and what they believe about that, and which I'm talking about, the struggle love aspect of things. I mean, which people are actually doing. You know, um, here we go. Someone else said they can't fully agree. Okay, you're entitled to your position. And someone says you're right. It's not 100%, but it makes loving someone harder. And then they want to prove yourself above and beyond because they're not used to having it. But it's hard for them to prove themselves because they're living off of the survival love. But no, that's right. That falls right into what I just said. I'm trying to understand where's the disagreement in what I said. That's 100%. It's like if it's like the fight or flight mechanism that flips on. I'm gonna either fight or I'm in flight. If I'm fighting, then I'm gonna fight. But that's all I knew, fight or flight. I'm leery of everybody. I'm sizing everybody up. I'm putting myself in the best position to either get away or to absolve myself of any wrongdoing, keeping my plausible deniability of anything or any discussion that we've had. Prime example, you got a motherfucker that could text you, right? A lot of you bros won't even respond back in the midst of a text because you want to hang on to some plausible deniability. Oh, he was texting me. Or it works both ways. She was texting me. I didn't even respond to that shit. Why? Because of the individual is operating from a place of survival. I got to protect me at all costs and everything that I do. I can't ever say that I was in cahoots or I was even down with this motherfucker or this individual, that I even had love for this individual. Yeah. And the individual who really is not governing that shit really need to take a closer look at that exchange or that lack of exchange because there's something else coming down the pipe and looming. Yeah. You're not the one, playboy, playgirl. You're not the one. hmm Um, I I I'm actually not torn with the thoughts um, that struggle folk have. I understand it, but what I will say is you have to look at these individuals and where they've come from. A lot of their abuses and atrocities were done by their parents. You can have mama and daddy in the house, and both of them motherfuckers can be absentee landlords. Yeah, both of them into their shit. They're separate, living in a situation, and the children are basically raising them fucking selves. Yeah, getting into shit, doing shit unnecessarily. Yeah. So when you look at individuals, when you meet them, you don't know these things have happened to them. You don't know they were, as a man, you don't know the young lady was raped or molested or abused or had some wild ass nigga beating her, and you don't know that. You don't know those things. You don't know that she felt so down on herself that she was looking for affection in everywhere, in every place except for the right place, either meaning in herself. So she allowed men to use her as a fucking cum bucket. I did a post and I spoke to the diminished nature in which we are connecting with our sisters. And it's because of the connection of spirits that are applied long before us in the operation of pain or operation in pain and circumstance. Picture this. You in your kitchen, it's Sunday. You make a nice pot of stew. All the carrots, the onions, the everything. You take it up the street from your house. Hear me out. There's a gym right there. It's a men's only gym. They've been in there working out, sweating, and doing everything else. They ain't washed, ain't cleaned, they ain't done shit. All of them come out, and as they're leaving, they take a taste out of that pot of stew. Would you bring it back to your house and put it on your table and plate it and present it before your family? So that you shame the devil. This is that very same thing in which I speak about the path of so many that has gone down this path, operating in pain and this disappointment and their own malcontent for themselves, seeking gratification from those who didn't give a shit about you. Because here's the thing: the dudes that's chasing you, them niggas hurt too. Yeah, that's fact. That's brass tacks. Majority of the dudes out here presenting themselves, they hurt too. And then you're not even getting the man. I'm gonna tell you what you're getting. It's like we say, hey, the first love of a woman's life is her father. First love of a man's life is his mother. 9 times out of 10, you dealing with that boy's mammy. What she did or didn't do, or what he witnessed her go through, and he's seeking a project to take care of so that that project doesn't go through it. I don't know, whatever that fulfillment or that fucked up ass fulfillment of the Oedipus complex, that's what that is. Yeah. Because of that, you sacrifice yourself. And you begin to generalize all of us as one. And I will say this on this platform: we are not equal. All men are not the same. All men don't seek to just be fucking on you and fucking over you. Real men understand that we need you, just like y'all need us. So a lot of us are out here really putting our best foot forward and approaching and running down on you because we really give a fuck. You may say, "Oh, it was just nagging. You just no. Excuse my French. No, bitch. I really give a fuck about what's going on with you because hell, just like I'm a representation of you, you're a representation of me." The saying goes, and it's straight like this: you can measure a man by the woman he's fucking with. Hmm. She's not solid, and she's not intact, and she's not virtuous. That speaks volumes to this man. Volumes. And there's no two bits about it. Do you know a solid woman can open doors for her man that he couldn't normally walk into as a black man because 9 times out of 10, the motherfuckers that are the gatekeepers are threatened by your black man. But because you so busy being on you and your hurts, shit, you doing you. and the world sees you. I don't care how sneaky you think you are. Trust me, somebody like you, pillow talk. Yeah, niggas pillow talk too. Yeah, they know, they know. It's a goddamn shame. Well, that some years ago, one of the Chris Rock specials. I mean, I hate to bring him up, but yeah, one of his specials, he said that in your lifetime as a man, every man will fall in love with a hoe. It's fact. It's fact. Whether it be whether it be you or someone else, it's fact. Doesn't change. But the problem is when most guys meet a hoe, they're trying to save her, clean her up, trying to keep her from hoeing, at that white level, run her up and down, all kind of shit. But you can't. You have to recognize that you're not the best. You will never be the best. The best happened within the first three jokers she laid with, which crystallized her womb. Those spirits are on her and in her. You ain't it. Recognize that shit and move on. Lick your wounds, baby. Yeah, lick your wounds. Yeah. Um, Everybody seems to agree to the post that I put up. People raised off of love shouldn't be dating people that are raised off of survival, which creates the process of the ugly struggle love. The person that is raised love is constantly reaching out for the individual to love on them. They're struggling, but because a motherfucker's struggling, they're here. They're not willing to open up and let you love on them, or excuse me, love you back. Yeah, that's it. You can't have that expectation for them to be affectionate and caring and loving and concerned about what went on with your day. And usually, when you have individuals like that, it'll be surface shit. You know how you got surface shit when you out moving about and you got this, let's say, a coworker that you don't fuck with, and they say, hey, buddy, how's it going? And goddamn well they don't give a shit about how it's going with you. It's that kind of conversation. Yeah. Yeah. Especially when you're dealing with individuals who have other issues that are underlying that you don't get to deal with in their struggle, the mental shit, the emotional shit. Then there may be an issue with substance abuse, which makes it worse. And usually, individuals that are living in the survival zone are medicating. They're medicating. They get up daily and they take that medication, whether it's a Perk 30, some liquor, some weed, whatever the fuck it is, they're medicating. Ask yourself, where's the discipline lie in the individual? If an individual can lay up for weeks at an end and all they want to do is go to work, eat, sleep, fuck, shit, nothing else, that's the problem. You got 100 and what, 68 hours a week, and or whatever the fuck it is, and you giving away 128, and you're not willing to do anything else with the rest to better yourself other than sleep, eat, shit, shower, fuck. Something wrong with that picture. Something wrong with the picture. Most motherfuckers don't even understand when you could very well be saved or have saved their life by stealing something. Let's say you bought your partner a puppy, right? Where this individual never walked, never did anything. But now they got to get out every day in the morning and the afternoon and walk that puppy, right? You have very well extended their life based on that exertion of energy because they're actually moving their body and that kind of thing, or applying some love to something other than themselves. And usually, when you have people like that, they'll attach the love to that animal more than they would a human because it exposes so much more in what they've dealt with and their struggles in their love for humans. Yeah, because they feel that the animal is not going to ever betray them in a position as to where they're giving love to this thing. And they'll always receive it back. One more question. Sad. Sad existence for some. There's a lot of sisters out here that can't even have kids anymore. Don't have kids. I was talking to somebody, right? And this is another aspect of struggle love that becomes a thing that's emotional and mental. How is it that you can go through your life and there's only a few reasons why females can have children, very few, and it could be your lifestyle and shit. You out there fucking out of both draw legs, you drinking, smoking, you had an STI, whatever the fuck it is. You were taken advantage of. Your wound, everything's messed up. Whatever that case is. There's a really where a motherfucker just born and you just can't produce. There's some shit 9 times out of 10 that happened to you or that was done to you that you can't fix. Being a dick about it, I'm just being scientific. All of this would scare the shit out of me as a man moving about the world. Black man. All the shit that I put up with daily, the investment of self, the discipline of self, the focus to obtain things. You have no one to leave it with, share it with. And when I go away from here, it is as if I never existed. There are a lot of people out here like that. And yeah. I ain't gonna die alone, goddamn. But yeah, that's some fucked up shit. Yeah, man, that's a whole another level of emotional shit that if you're in love with that individual, that's some struggle shit. That's a struggle. That can beget all of the insecurities, all of that resentment. If let's say you got kids, you got grandkids, you got what the individual could very well resent the shit out you because you got the thing that they know that they can never and they will never have. Foul, foul thoughts. When shit, it should be some sort of admiration and an adoration. And, you know, yeah, let's bond. Mm, if I don't have one, let me get a surrogate family, surrogate children, something. Let me love on some people. Let some people love on me. You know. But yeah, folks that say I'm just cool with that. Huh. Yeah, man, I done seen it all though. Motherfuckers present themselves one way, and then shit is a whole lot of shit with them. I'm not the only one. We all have. You got a lot of dudes out here presenting themselves some way, and they're a whole another fucking individual, and you don't know that until after you're vested. And in light of it, you've accepted it because you've emotionally vested. Yeah. What do you do when you get to that point? You swing for the fence, you hope for the best, you continue to try and do and love on the individual, but shit, they ain't gonna give you nothing. You should have no expectations to receive anything. None, not a one. Other than some struggle, unnecessary struggle. Think enough of yourself to be the best you can be for yourself. So when that right one comes along, you can be the best you can be for them. Not everybody's going to be there. Recognize the signs, man, the red flags when you are involved with people. If they can't accept your motherfucking criticism because you are one, not two, one, because you're a direct extension of me, then you need to separate yourself and be gone and be done with it because this person will bring you down. They will bring you unnecessary and undue stress because they don't give a crap about you. They're not willing to receive any constructive criticism from you. They don't care about you and what you think, what you feel. They don't care about your person. They don't care about your character. It's all about them and what they can do for themselves. It's survival. We're the only group of people that say, oh, it's the survival of the motherfucking strongest and the fittest and this, that, and the other. And we deal with each other that way. Even as black men. We move around out this motherfucker, man, or so hard and shit like that. Let a white man roll up with a badge on his chest or some shit and check you. Shit, oh, well, yeah, well, you got so many motherfucking explanations in a little bit. But let a brother roll up. You ready to kill him? Accountability, man, all the way across the board, deems character. Period. You got to be equal in your opportunities and how you deal with everybody. I don't care nothing about you. I'm a good old tooth chipper. I'm gonna try your workout. Period. You ain't gonna disrespect me out the mouth. I don't give a shit who you are. Period. That's just me. But if you're tired of the struggle loving man, recognize the signs. As I said before, man, they're but a few, but you got to recognize the signs. And there's but a few traits. And as I covered before, number one, they're always on the defensive, never accountable for anything. They always want to play the victim when it's time. Oh, I'm tired of this, that, and the other. Hey, I got shit to do. I don't want to hear this bullshit. Whatever, whatever. They already told you they don't care nothing about what you feeling, what you saying. It's not. It's not important. Number two, you can never give them that constructive criticism. It'll always be received negatively. Number three, they're very insecure. And your prosperity and your growth, your personal growth, the things that you apply to make yourself better, will 9 times out of 10 be received as a threat. So they will do things that sabotage your focus, whatever that may be, whatever that thing that they feel that can drive you to not do or prosper or work on yourself. Number four, they're passive aggressive, and their intent is always to protect themselves and themselves alone, even to the point where they're willing to sacrifice you to the society in which you live. If you are a black man, trust me, 9 times out of 10, if you run into these kind of females, yeah, let me stay right. If you run into these kind of females, 9 times out of 10, the one-way aggressiveness or aggressive situation is going to cost you more than you bargained for. Okay. Number five, these people will when cornered, will always seek to destroy or discount or discredit you, or even if you're a man, emasculate you in some way, shape, or form. Number six, these people are constantly extractors, seeking information that could potentially be weaponized against you. Okay? In the event they get tired of your ass, it's just a way to get rid of you. Yeah. Or you get tired of them or whatever. Especially when you got individuals who get busted in some shit. They cheat and they talking to a motherfucker, they post some shit, or they do, whatever. We live it's a new street. The social media is a new street. I don't give a fuck what you say. Motherfuckers linking up and hooking up all day and all night long on social media. So let me, before I even go on in this, let's say this. You with somebody, right? And let's just say this motherfucker like a picture. He ain't fucking with the motherfucker. But he likes the individual, their post, his spiritual, whatever. What? On the flip side, let's say you like a motherfucker, and this is how y'all females play. Let's keep it 100. You'll like a motherfucker's post that you used to fuck with or fuck in some way, shape, or form, and it'll sit out there, unbeknownst to this fool. And he done claimed you in public, but you didn't send your calling card. And whether you answer the phone or not, that's still a whole nother conversation. And one side of the aggression is a motherfucker. I'm just speaking to it because I've been the odd man out a few times where, that hey big head or whatever has come across. And yeah, that shit. Fellas, be mindful. Motherfuckers show you who they are, you better know who they are. And they don't have any intent for you. Ladies, it's a different ball game. Because fellas, we ain't really out here jumping out the box seeking, because we know goddamn well the minute we lock in, somebody else will come and blow the spot up. Because, oh, you fucking with that bitch now, huh? Yeah. I'm gonna put your business in the street. That kind of thing. So yeah, it's not like most people paint the picture to be. You feel me? Yeah. Now the loud talking and all that kind of shit where a motherfucker can't get a word in edgewise or you can't get a word in edgewise, that is deflecting. And it is a point that is being made to mask their true intention. Yeah. Yeah. So recognize that shit. Those are just a few, man. I just can't even put a little paint where it ain't, man. I've been on here in a minute, man, and I've been doing my thing, but the content is what it is. But um, I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere. I have not gone anywhere. Uh, there are some other things that I wanted to kind of address. It's like we moving. Somebody was like, okay, a lot of people get on these platforms and they talk about things, and most parties that watch these platforms, or they come in and they listen, or they may see sound bites, they may see repurposed videos, and that point may hit, boom, it goes viral. Now they're trying to hold an individual to that statement. Please recognize that most motherfuckers that are presenting these statements to you are living in the midst of that fuckery. They're not perfect. Most people that send a lifeline as parents, when they send a lifelines, is after they've already gone down the motherfucking nigga hole, their head and their back broke, and they ready to die. And they're telling you, don't come down here. And this is why. Okay, somebody send in anything. Not necessarily. Most blacks suffer because many times they're not attuned to the being played by the people sources to help advance everyday living. And you have some behind the scenes that use the resources that get to target them because of access and evil will. In this life, there's much more than meets the eye. You just have to pay attention. As I would say, ask for guidance so you can see these things. I appreciate it. But most motherfuckers that you lock into that have those kind of things don't try to achieve. But 9 times out of 10, usually you're the individual that they seek that's achieving the shit. You feel me? Now, usury, man, usury is real. It goes base. I hear more now about brothers out here trying to use females for shit. Well, you know what? Honestly, it's about goddamn time. Let me stop. No, I don't oh yeah. Let me say this. We should not be using one another. It should be a come as you are. Let me bear myself and bear who I am to you. But let me show you the path and the direction in which I'm traveling. If I'm traveling east and we're going in the same direction, it's about how much of an experience are we willing to have with one another? If that makes sense to you. I'm not going to always be pleasing to you, and you're not going to always be pleasing to me. But there has to be some sort of parameters in which we can control the level of respect, the honesty, and the consistency in those things, which will govern the integral aspect of our relationship. You know, being honest about the things that we deem vices is a strong thing or strong aspect of our relationships. I've kicked it with females and found out they willing to sleep with other motherfuckers' husbands and do threesomes and all kinds of. And I'm just saying, I've had a couple for life, and just in conversation, I found these things out. But then come to find out a whole motherfucking dude somewhere that he think he's serious relationship with this motherfucker, investing in home, doing shit, make sure they taking all this bullshit. But yet and still, shit, you find out this bitch ready to go to another woman's house and send pictures to this woman's husbands of a coochie and lay up and do all kinds of shit. Sit in the woman's house and have drinks and talk to them. All that kind of shit. What I'm basically saying is this. When it comes to being cold, no one gets a bigger pass than females. A lot of the shit that happens, we're not in control of as men. We can only fuck who allows us to fuck unless you into taking pussy. And then this is a whole other conversation. And that's just the brass tacks of it. So when we talk about the struggle aspect of relationships, I know y'all think, oh, well, he ain't shit. He lied to me and this, that, and the other. You know what? You have to ask yourself, how long did this motherfucker take to really beat me and deal with my bullshit before he came clean about his bullshit? I wouldn't really tell you, look, man, I work at this. I make $100 a day. I got a hovel I'm living in. But I have dreams to buy a home in 2 years. I got these things going on, or that thing going on. I got any mamas. Whatever the fucking case may be, he's not willing to put it on the table from the jump. Yeah, you should be in question of that. If he's willing to just date you on some silly Lauper shit, you just want to have, if you're just having fun and have motherfucking fun and don't have no expectations, so it puts you in a better position to know whether or not you're the best. Ladies, here's something for you. And I'm going to be a little crass about it. We will always and forever be in the wings. This is in retrospect to the forever chasers that have no intention for you. If you're a good dick sucker or a good fuck, we will forever be on your line. You will forever be an after or before thought. I want to where that bitch at. Yeah, he can suck a mean dick, boy. Yeah. I'm telling you. So because you got a dude and, he may not be all of the shit you might not want him to be, whatever the case may be, and because you feel like you got options, let me tell you something, boy. 9 times out of 10, you ain't nothing but some pussy hole. When you go back out here, that's all you gonna be. Telling you. That's factual. And the older you get, trust me, ain't nobody really trying to bed down and make no home with no old ass motherfucking battle axe. That's the truth. If you find somebody who's willing to accept your ass, you better lock in. You better lock on in. Yeah. Knowing damn well. We get a pass. We get a pass with that one. Just say fact though. A lot of y'all got dudes right now. And if you go on your Facebook or your Instagram or any of your social media, I guarantee you got 5 dudes sitting there that you have some sort of intimate contact with. Yeah. Or that has expressed some sort of interest. When you said, I'm with you, that motherfucker should have been immediately blocked. What? Because you're dealing in survival and not in love, and you don't have no true understanding of what love means or really be faithful or connected to, he'll lead us right there. But dudes do it too. We do it too. I mean, I'm not, yeah. That's that struggle love shit. To have options. I don't roll like that. If I fuck, there's only option A. There's no B, C plan, no plan D. It's either way or it ain't gonna be nothing. And you ain't gonna ever have me out here looking like no motherfucking fool. Period. Yeah. But anyway, I came on, man, to put a little love way, little paint where it ain't, and share a little love, spread a little sunshine on Sunday. Yeah. I ain't been on here in a minute, really, like this live. I've been missing y'all, man, and I hope y'all been missing me. I mean, if you like the show, man, listen. If you like the show, please, by all means, share it with some friends, man. Let's broaden the top in the conversation. I am a believer in growth. Follow me on YouTube, man. Follow me on YouTube. And it's 8 p.m. but 8:30 weeknights. All right, log in, hit the bell, smash the bell, you'll get your notifications. Follow me on Instagram. Double tap me, let me know you came through. And also on Facebook. And all y'all, look, get what you got to get. Just know that in every aspect of your life, if no one else loves you, shit, I love you. Hey, happy Sunday. Peace.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you.
Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.